While 8K receivers from Denon and Marantz support HDMI 2.1, in the fall of 2020, we identified an issue when passing 8K 60 and 4K 120 signals from certain source devices. The Denon and Marantz engineering teams have been working hard to develop a permanent solution for this 4K 120 pass-through issue. And the result is the SPK618 HDMI adapter kit. When connected between the gaming console and the receiver, the SPK618 adapter takes an HDMI input signal from the gaming source and delivers corrected HDMI data to the receiver, allowing for 8K and 4K 120 pass-through. The SPK618 adapter is available free of charge and it is easy to set up, so let's walk through the steps. In the box you will find an adapter and a power supply, along with an additional HDMI cable, which you will need to connect the SPK618 to your system. To ensure maximum compatibility and performance, before you connect the adapter, make sure that your receiver has been updated to the latest firmware. First, connect the game system to the adapter's HDMI input using an ultra-high-speed HDMI cable. Then use the ultra-high-speed HDMI cable that was supplied to connect the adapter's output to your receiver's 8K HDMI input terminal. Next, connect the receiver's HDMI monitor out to your HDMI 2.1 compatible TV. As a reminder, in order to enjoy 8K and 4K 120 video, you must use certified ultra-high-speed HDMI cables. Once the adapter is connected between the game console and the receiver, you can plug the adapter's power supply into a wall outlet. There's an LED light on the front of the adapter's chassis. When the unit is on, it will be green, and when it's in standby, it'll be red. The adapter will automatically turn on whenever the game console is turned on. Now let's make sure that your 8K compatible Denon and Marantz AVR is properly configured. Bring up the menu, and under the video settings menu, you will find an option for 4K, 8K signal format. Select 8K enhanced, but only do this if you have a display that is HDMI 2.1 compatible. In this video, we're using a Samsung Q800T, which is an 8K TV, but it supports 4K gaming at 120 frames per second. Once your receiver and your TV is properly configured, you can now set your gaming console to output 4K at 120 frames per second. There's a couple of ways you can verify that your system is ready to play back 8K content as well as 4K games at 120 frames per second. You can press the info button on the receiver's remote control, which will show you the input and the output, what is going through the receiver. And you will see 8K 60 or 4K 120 is passing properly. If you want more detail about the signal being passed through your Denon or Marantz AVR, there's also a couple of other menus you can look at. Just press the setup button on the receiver's remote, go down to General, select Information, and under the Video submenu, you will see two different info menus. And these menus can provide you with tons of information, including resolution, frame rate, HDR, what type of HDR, and what additional HDMI 2.1 features are being passed from your source to your display. Lastly, you can also verify that the TV is receiving content in 4K 120 by bringing up the TV's info screen. You're now ready to enjoy not only 8K content, but 4K games at 120 frames per second.